The motorcycle can have several functions such as sport, leisure, lifestyle, therapy, work, and transportation. Have you ever imagined traveling around the city spending only 2 cents per kilometer driven? You don't have to imagine it anymore. That's now possible, and I'm going to show you how. I am Amanda Pagliari. This is the most charming motorcycle channel in Brazil, and Wayy Mobility invited me to introduce you to their newest launch in the Brazilian market, the Wayy X. Now I'm gonna take a ride on the ZX to get to know this model better, and I'll also tell you all about the technology on this motorcycle, the maintenance costs, and whether you need to register it and have a driver's license. Hop on and ride with me. If you, my friend, are like me and enjoy the sound of engine roars, I'm sorry, this motorcycle doesn't make any sound, okay? Just like electric vehicles, right? Yeah, on the other hand, it's the future, isn't it? We can't escape it, and it's an economical future, right? You can drive for less than a cent. You can already go a kilometer, right? So, it's the economic future, and it also pollutes less. Wow. Guys, this motorcycle here has a really strong takeoff. You have no idea. Its takeoff is strong, so you really have to control it with the brake. There's no clutch, obviously. But wow, be really careful or else it'll kick and you might jump, you know? That's how strong this bike's takeoff is. Look, I took off before the combustion bikes, huh? Really powerful in traffic. The people on combustion bikes were left behind, right? Now they catch up to me, you know, at the end. Although, look, 76 kilometers per hour, it does well for everyday use.
Does the battery last long?
75 kilometers. It really draws a lot of attention. Wherever it goes, it's amazing. Look, and she manages to do well, okay? Wow, guys, and to walk down the hallway, she's super light. Really, really, really light indeed. Easy to steer, you don't need to change gears, you just accelerate and brake. A lot of people think electric motorcycles are something out of Hollywood movies or from developed countries. Well, that's wrong. It's already a reality and it's available for you to buy. And who is it for? The electric motorcycle isn't for everyone. And the focus of the ZX is for that person who's going to ride in the city, okay? Urban areas, preferably alone, in a practical, easy way, and most importantly, spending very little. So imagine that you ride 30 kilometers a day. At the end of 7 days, you rode 210 kilometers. Well, to ride all that according to Wayy, look, you will spend 4 Rays and 20 cents. And currently now in 2021 with that amount, you can't even pay for a liter of fuel. The electric vehicle is also intended for those engaged people who want to help the environment since it doesn't emit carbon monoxide, 2, reducing the greenhouse effect. This motorcycle can definitely be recommended for beginners. So if you don't have any experience, you can start with the ZX, but it's also suitable for experienced riders who want to get around the city in a smart way. And preferably riding alone. It does come with foot pegs for a passenger, but as you can see, this little seat here isn't very comfortable. I took the cameraman through the streets of São Paulo, and he told me he felt uncomfortable. The small seat and the position of the foot pegs make it uncomfortable. One of the main questions I got while riding this bike was, Amanda, how many cc does it have? Look, the electric motor doesn't have cylinders, so it doesn't have displacement. And the behavior of an electric vehicle is different from a combustion vehicle. Okay, anyone who has ridden an electric motorcycle knows what I'm talking about. So I asked Wayy which motorcycle it would compare itself to, and they told me that it's similar to a 44 cubic centimeter motorcycle. Another thing people do, which in my opinion is wrong, is compare the power by converting it on Google from watts to horsepower. It's not quite like that. As I said, the engines behave differently, so when you convert it, it comes out to something like 4 horsepower. It's difficult to directly compare torque and horsepower between electric and combustion motorcycles. Ideally, you should take a test ride. I'm sure you'll be surprised. And the motor of the ZX is like in most electric motorcycles right here on the rear wheel. It has 3000 watts of power, and don't worry, okay? You can ride it in the rain, there won't be any problem, you won't get shocked. And it's very unlikely that your motor will get damaged. What Wayy recommends is that you stay away from puddles, right? And of course, you shouldn't go through floods because it's not a jet ski, okay? By the way, you shouldn't go through floods or high water, even with a combustion motorcycle. And if you get a flat tire and need to change it, that's not a problem. According to Wayy, the cable connections are simple and any mechanic with minimal experience can handle it without issues. This motor has 2 riding modes, speed and drive. Drive is the normal mode and gives you a range of 75 kilometers. With speed mode, you get better motor performance, but the range drops to 60 kilometers. And the maximum speed this machine can reach is 95 kilometers per hour. Just a reminder that here in São Paulo, except for the main roads, the maximum speed you can go without getting a ticket is 60 kilometers per hour. There are even streets where the speed cameras are set at 40 kilometers per hour. So this motorcycle will definitely suit you perfectly for getting around São Paulo. The cost to recharge it is very affordable. According to Wayy, you'll spend R$1.50 for a full charge on the motorcycle, and the recharge time is 5 hours on 220 volts. And the ZX comes with a dual voltage charger and a simple plug, okay? It already comes with the 3-prong plug adapted to Brazilian standards, so you won't have any problems charging it. You can't remove the battery, so if you live in a house, you won't have any problems recharging your motorcycle. If you live in a condo or an apartment building, talk to your building manager because there are already several buildings in São Paulo that are making arrangements so you can charge your electric motorcycle or electric bicycle, so that's really cool. There are also some stations where you can already charge your electric motorcycle, and recharging is really simple. I like that the cap looks like a fuel tank. It looks really nice. Then you open this compartment and the outlet is already inside. I found the compartment to be quite spacious, and you can store small items like a raincoat, gloves, wallet, among others. I thought it was really cool. Its design is very aggressive. It really reminds me of the Kawasaki Z series, and in this color it even looks like a Z150. It's a very compact, lightweight motorcycle, so you can ride through traffic lanes and heavy traffic without any problem. And its height is pretty low, so I believe most riders will be able to ride the ZX without any difficulty. Look, I'm 5'7" and I didn't have any trouble at all, right? On the foot pegs, you don't have anything, right? There's nothing for shifting gears or braking. The brakes are here, the front one, and here's the rear one, okay? So you don't shift on the left side. So it's really just for you to rest your feet. And the fit here on the fairing is really nice, right? So you can ride without any problems. And according to the importer, you can carry a total weight rider and passenger of 180 kilograms without compromising the engine and motorcycle's performance. But of course, if you take a passenger, its performance and top speed will decrease. All of its lights are LED, by the way, and quite eye-catching, which is good because since it doesn't make any sound, the lights give you more safety, especially at night. It also comes with hazard lights, and you can even set the headlight to flash. By the way, I thought the headlight on this motorcycle looks a lot like the one on the new Yamaha MT-03. Didn't you think so too? Write in the comments, I want to know. Similar to the MT-03, this headlight is exceptionally bright, like a light bazooka. And the brakes on this motorcycle are both disc brakes. I thought it was really cool that there are a lot of electric motorcycles on the market that have drum brakes in the rear, so I thought that was really nice. And the front suspension comes with a telescopic fork, and in the rear, a single spring with adjustment. The wheels are 12-inch rims and use tubeless tires, size 130-70, and its dashboard is 100% digital and colored. I thought it was really beautiful. It reminds me of the design from the 90s. And look, on the dashboard we have two speedometers. This one here that imitates the analog gauge when you ride. There's a little bar showing you. There's also the digital gauge here, right? Here is the battery charge and here is the battery voltage. And the odometer here, it's at 0 because every time you turn on the motorcycle, it resets the odometer. And it comes with adjustment both on the left lever and on the right lever. Okay? You can adjust it according to the size of your hand. And here, this would be a kill switch. It works well actually. With it turned off, you can rev the engine and the motorcycle won't move. On the left, we have the riding modes. This one is speed, turn it, and the dashboard changes to 4. And here are drive and parking. Parking works as a parking brake, so even if you twist the throttle, the motorcycle won't move. And what else do we have? We have reverse. That's right, it has reverse gear. I'll show you. Take a look. Check out the hazard light. It's cool. Here's the left and right turn signals. The horn is down here. And look, here is the high beam. You can use either the regular high beam or the flashing high beam. And this button here is the flasher. You can activate it either normally or look intermittently. On the right, next to the engine cutoff, there's this, don't be mistaken, it's not the ignition, it's a horn. And here you turn on the motorcycle lights with this little button here. They're completely off, and then you, look, turn on the daytime running lights here, and here you activate to turn on the high beam. One really cool thing about this motorcycle is that it already comes with a factory alarm. You don't need to install it. And look, it's activated. So if a thief tries to steal your motorcycle, look. That's what happens. To deactivate it is very simple. Just lock it down. Besides that, you can start the motorcycle. Look at this. You can start the car using the proximity sensor with the smart key. It works with either the ignition key or the sensor, which is pretty cool. And it's not just the fuel consumption of this motorcycle that's cheap. The maintenance is too. Since it's an electric bike, you don't have to worry about things like the chain, engine oil, and so on. It's basically what? Brake fluid, right? Here you can see the brake calipers, also the tires and brake pads, since it's a disc brake motorcycle. So basically, that's the maintenance of an electric motorcycle. And these items are really easy to find on the market, so you won't have any trouble. The warranty is 6 months, the battery lasts 1,500 cycles, and a new battery costs 4,000 reais according to the manufacturer. And it's available in several colors with a suggested retail price starting at 17,900 reais. And Wayy delivers all over the country, so call the phone number on the screen and also in the description of this video to make your deal, not just for this model, but they also have other electric models, so it's worth it. And the cool thing is that you can finance the ZX in 18 installments on your credit card or in 48 through Santander Bank. You can do a test ride on the ZX and on the other electric motorcycles that Wayy has. The address is in São Paulo, it's on the screen and in the video description. Call them and schedule your test ride. And the question everyone wants to know, do you need a license to ride this motorcycle? Do you need to register it? Yes, you need to register the ZX and also have a license in the ACC or A category. The ones who don't need a driver's license or registration and can even ride in the bike lane are the cycle electric vehicles. And to be considered a cycle electric vehicle, according to our traffic code and Contran Resolution 465, it needs to have the dimensions of a wheelchair. And according to Resolution 315, it can't exceed a maximum speed of 50 kilometers per hour. There are more rules, okay? But to sum up, I brought these two, and as you can see, that's not the case with the ZX, right? It doesn't fit into the cycle electric category, so you'll need to register it and also have a driver's license. I know a lot of people buy an electric motorcycle and ride around without a driver's license and without registration, but then, my friend, that's at your own risk. My job here is to bring you the correct information and you decide. So if you want to ride an electric motorcycle without registration, without a license, that's up to you, but by law, you do need them. About the vehicle tax, yes, you will need to pay it. The good news is that in some states, this amount is reduced or even exempt. Take a look at the map to see if your state has legislation about this. By the way, in my opinion, all states should exempt the vehicle tax. Why? Because it's a vehicle that doesn't emit carbon monoxide. 2, it helps the environment. So there should be an incentive, right? What do you think? Right here in the comments, I want to know. And this was the presentation video of this new launch in the Brazilian market, ZX by Wayy. If you want a complete review with detailed pros and cons, leave a like on the video and write here in the comments so I know. Maybe I'll be able to get it again and test it for you more calmly. But what's important is your opinion. So go to the Wayy store, take your test ride, and see for yourself if it's a good option for you or not. And also follow Wayy on Instagram because they're always bringing in other electric motorcycles. There's always something new on Wayy, so follow and share on Facebook, WhatsApp, and groups. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. See you next time. Moto Kiss.